Hey guys, Lanty here. Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks for joining me. We'll look into some more Kamigawa spoilers. So I'm going to do this in probably two different ways. So one of them is going to be a full set review, and then I'm going to have a look at the legendary creatures and just see which ones are really good for Commander, which ones are probably have some value behind them, and yeah, which ones are cool. So I'll separate those out into probably five, what is it, six-ish videos, and then probably one more to just do a recap of what it is that we actually can find value in this set. Some of them would be really obvious anyways. So we'll start with white. So we got Ancestral Katana from Kamigawa. One colorless, one white for an artifact equipment. Whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, you may pay one. If you do, when you do, attach Ancestral Katana to it. A creature gets +2/+1. So is it an instantaneous combat trick? No, because you have to do it at that time. You select the creature, you pay one, it jumps on. At any other time, it's going to cost you three, but you obviously can't do this. It has to be a sorcery speed, and even when you attack alone, it's on your turn. So there's not going to be a huge amount of surprise with this card. But is it cheap for 3 mana +2/+1? Whenever something attacks by itself, it gets +2/+1. It's not bad for a common. It's an okay effect. Depends on what kind of deck you're running, anyways. Next card, Ayo, the Dawn Sky. 3 colorless, 2 white for a 5/4 legendary creature, Dragon Spirit, with flying and vigilance. It's mythic. When the Dawn Sky dies, choose one. Look at the top 7 cards of your library. Put any number of non-land permanent cards with the total mana value 4 or less from among them onto the battlefield. Put the rest at the bottom of your library in a random order. And any number of non-land permanent cards with a total mana value of 4. So when it dies, it digs 7 into your library, and it cascades for 4. Like, it's pretty much cascade. It's less than its mana value. That's really good in white, because white kind of needed that. Or put 2/+1/+1 counters on each permanent you control that is a creature or a vehicle. You could even do that as a combat trick, but I don't know if you'd want to. Banishing Slash. 2 white for a sorcery. Destroy up to 1 target artifact, enchantment, or tapped creature. Then, if you control an artifact and an enchantment, create a 2/2 white samurai token, a creature token with vigilance. Pretty efficient. It's sorcery speed, but it can give you a 2/2 vigilance creature and samurai, which might be important. It's an uncommon. Seems okay. Blade Blizzard Kitsune. 2 colorless, 1 white for a 2/2 Fox Ninja with ninjutsu. 3 colorless, 1 white, and it has double strike. It's okay. There are some artifacts that attach onto a creature when it comes out. This could play into that, smack someone for like 8 if they don't expect it, but it does cost 8 by itself. 4 by itself. Born to Drive, 2 colors, 1 white for an enchantment aura. Enchant artifact or creature. As long as enchanted permanent is a creature, it gets +1/+1 for each creature and or vehicle you control. Okay. It's got Channel, 2 colorless, 1 white for a discard Born to Drive. Create 2/1/1 colorless pilot creature tokens with. When this creature crews vehicles as though its power was 2 greater. So you get 2/1/1s, but each one of them can crew like they are 3 power. Not bad in either direction. That's actually really versatile. Brilliant Restoration, 3 colorless, 4 white for a sorcery. 4 white is huge, so steep. Return all artifacts and enchantment cards from your graveyard to your battlefield. Graveyard enchantment artifact deck, possibly. You're going to want this in 2 colors max, because that is a very expensive way to play this card. Cloudsteel Kirin, 2 colors, 1 white for an artifact creature equipment Kirin with flying. Yes, a 3/2. A good creature has flying, and you cannot lose the game, and your opponents cannot win the game. Reconfigure 5 to put this onto a creature so that you can activate that. Otherwise, it is just a 2 mana, 1 white, flying 3/2, which is actually still insane. Dragonfly Suit, 2 colors, 1 white for a 3/2 flying with crew 1. It's a simple crew, you just need a token to get it going. Iganjo Exemplar, 1 colorless, 1 white for a 2/1 enchantment creature, human samurai. When a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So it literally gives them Bushido without them having the text. The best card in white for commander. Farewell. 4 colorless, 2 white for a sorcery. Choose one or more. Exile all artifacts, exile all creatures, exile all enchantments, exile all graveyards. Insane card. They made a mistake with that one. Goshintai of Shad. Purpose, 3 colorless, 1 white for a 1/3 legendary enchantment creature shrine with vigilance. Don't know if it needed that, but let's see. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay 1. If you do, create a 1/1 colorless spirit creature token for each shrine you control. So you pay 1, but if you have 4 shrines, you make 4 1/1s. Too bad they're 1/1 colorless spirit tokens and not 1/1 colorless artifact tokens or something maybe a bit more relevant. But then again, spirits in the right deck are pretty good. I mean, I have that guy that, you can sacrifice spirits for 1 red mana, so it's not bad. This thing doesn't make it go infinite, but you can only do it. Actually, you may pay 1. Yeah, you can only do it once. Golden Tail Disciple, 2 colors, 1 white for a 2/3 lifelink enchantment creature fox monk. Yeah, that could be pretty annoying and limited. Hotshot Mechanic, 1 white for a 2/1 artifact creature fox pilot. God, there is no bad creatures in this. Hotshot Mechanic crews vehicles as though its power were 2 or greater. What? Oh, God. Okay, it crews like it has 4 power. God, I was like, it has 2 power. I read that wrong. Imperial Oath, 5 colorless, 1 white for a sorcery. Create 3 2/2 white samurai creatures tokens with vigilance and scry 3. It's not bad for what it is, but it's just a bit expensive. Imperial Recovery Unit, 2 colors, 1 white for a 3/4 artifact vehicle. Whenever Imperial Recovery Unit attacks, return target creature or vehicle with converted mana cost 2 or less from your graveyard to your hand. Now it is graveyard to your hand, and it's not when it enters the battlefield, and it's got crew 2. Still, you might get some value. Imperial Subduer, 2 colors, 1 white for a 3/2 creature human samurai. Whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, tap target creature you don't control. Incessor's Arrest, 2 colorless, 1 white for an enchantment aura. Enchant permanent. Enchanted permanent cannot attack, block, or crew vehicles. Its activated abilities cannot be activated unless they are mana abilities. Not bad, that's a pretty good way to do pacifism, especially with vehicles now. Invoke Justice, 1 colorless, 4 white sorcery. Return target permanent card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then distribute 4 +1/+1 counters among any number of creatures and or vehicle targets players control. Okay, I mean, you're going heavy into the +1/+1 theme with the reconfigure if you want to get used to this card, and it has to be mono white because, geez, these are some expensive mana costs. Kitsune Ace from 1 colorless, 1 white, Fox Pilot, 2/2. Standard is a bear, but he's a fox. Whenever a vehicle you control attacks, choose 1. That vehicle gains first strike until end of turn, or you untap Kitsune Ace. Okay. Kayudu, Soul of Kamigawa, 3 colorless, 1 white for a 3/3 legendary creature dragon spirit. It's a creepy looking dragon, right? I don't know. I can barely see where its head is. Flash, flying. When it enters the battlefield, another target permanent gains indestructible for as long as you control Kyoto. And you may pay Uberg for Kyoto to get +5/+5 until end of turn. Expensive card. I think I heard a lot of people say that they might actually try running this guy because he is probably one of the tamer 5-color commanders out there that literally isn't a huge detriment to you, but he still does something which is useful, but he's just not insanely broken. Light the Way, 1 white for an instant. Choose 1. Put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or vehicle, untap it. Return target permanent you control to its owner's hand. Nice, you can protect something for 1 white. Light's Power, Emperor's Voice, 1 colorless, 1 white for a 2/2 legendary creature Fox Advisor. That is a wall of text. Whenever an aura enters the battlefield under your control, if you cast it, you may search your library for an aura card with a mana value less than or equal to that aura, and with a different name than each aura you control. Put that card onto the battlefield attached to Light's Power, Emperor's Voice, then shuffle. Cascade, but deep into your deck. 4 auras that are cheaper than what you just played. Sounds cool. Lion's Sash. 1 colorless, 1 white for a 1/1 artifact creature equipment cat. Okay, pay 1. Exile target card from a graveyard. If it was a permanent card, put a +1/+1 counter on Lion's Sash. A cool creature gets +1/+1 for each +1/+1 counter on Lion's Sash. Reconfigure 2. This is insane. This is a Scavenging Ooze and a equipment at the same time. This is better than Scavenging Ooze, isn't it? Okay, maybe. I think it feels like it, especially in mono white. Lucky Offering, 1 white for a sorcery. Destroy target artifact with mana value 3 or less. You gain 3 life. Sounds really good to me, and looks pretty cute. March of Otherworldly Light. Pay X and 1 white for an instant. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may exile any number of white cards from your hand. This spell costs 2 less to cast for each card exiled this way. Exile target artifact, creature, or enchantment with a mana value X or less. Complicated. I don't know if I like that. Moth Rider Patrol. 1 white for a 1/1 with flying fox warrior. Pay 3 tap. And pay 3 colorless, 1 white, tap target creature. It's fine and limited. You'll have use for it, at least 1 or 2 of them, because you can tap down the bigger stuff to stop it from swinging. Noriko Yamazaki the Poet. 2 colorless, 1 white for a 3/2 legendary creature human samurai. With Vigilance. Whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, you may cast target enchantment card from your graveyard this turn. That feels like a cool build around in Commander, but I don't know if it's 100% going to be very efficient. But then again, maybe you're trying to go for a gimmicky deck. Regent's Authority, 1 white for an instant. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. If it's an enchantment creature or a legendary creature, instead put a +1/+1 counter on it, and it gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So it still gets +2/+2, but you put a +1/+1 counter so you can trigger, reconfigure, etc. And it gets a permanent +1/+1. I actually think this is a really good card. It's a really cool combat trick. Repel the Vile, 3 colors, 1 white for an instant. Choose 1. Exile target creature with power 4 or greater. Exile target enchantment. Selfless Samurai, 1 white, 1 colorless for a 2/2 Fox Samurai. Whenever a samurai or warrior you control attacks alone, it gains lifelink until end of turn. Sacrifice Selfless Samurai. Another target creature you control gains indestructible until end of turn. I actually think this is really good in a lot of different commander decks, because it doesn't cost anything to sacrifice it. It literally just becomes a way for you to gain life, and at the same time you can sacrifice it to make your commander indestructible. Sure, I think it's a good card, or at least I think it's a cool card. Seven-Tailed Mentor, 3 colors, 1 white for a 2/3 Fox Samurai. When Seven-Tailed Mentor enters the battlefield or dies, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature or vehicle you control. This seems like a pretty cool way to blink, but that's a bit expensive anyways. There's other cards that do the same thing. Sky Blessed Samurai, 6 colorless, 1 white for a 4/4 flying enchantment creature human samurai. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each enchantment you control. That is insane. This could be on turn 4, a 4/4 for 1 mana. Just saying, that's completely plausible in a lot of decks, and this could actually be played in standard if they got the right deck for it. Because look, that's a spirit, and it does something cool. Spirited Companion, 1 colorless, 1 white for a 1/1 enchantment creature dog. It's a Shibu. When Spirited Companion enters the battlefield, draw a card. Feels pretty nice. Sandblade Samurai, 4 colorless, 1 white for an enchantment creature human samurai. With Vigilance, it's got channel 2, discard Sunblade. Search your library for a basic plains card, reveal it, and put it into your hand, then shuffle. You gain 2 life. Okay, I mean, sure, I think there's a dragon similar to this, and this one feels about the same as the dragon. The dragon you can bring back to your hand multiple times for a bit of a cost, so you can keep looking for more lands, which I don't think is actually worth it. It costs way too much. Touch the Spirit Realm. 2 colorless, 1 white for an enchantment. When Touch the Spirit Realm enters the battlefield, exile up to 1 target creature, artifact or creature until Touch the Spirit Realm leaves the battlefield. Or you can channel it, pay 1 colorless, 1 white, discard, exile target creature or artifact, return to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So you can either blink, or you can take something out. Versatility. Wanderer's Intervention. 1 white, 1 colorless for an instant. Wanderer's Intervention deals 4 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Cool. Yeah, sounds kind of cool. The Wandering Emperor. 2 colorless, 2 white for a legendary planeswalker with flash. As long as the Wandering Emperor entered the battlefield this turn, you may activate her loyalty abilities anytime you could cast an instant. +1, put a +1/+1 counter on up to 1 target creature against first strike until end of turn. -1, create a 2/2 white samurai creature token with vigilance. And -2, exile to target tapped creature, you gain 2 life. This seems really broken. Yeah, that seems really broken. I'll have to see how that goes. When we were young, 3 colorless, 1 white for an instant. Up to 2 target creatures get +2/+2 until end of turn. If you control an artifact and an enchantment, those creatures also gain lifelink until end of turn. Pretty cool way to swing it about. 3 colorless, 1 white is a bit on the expensive side, but then again, it's an uncommon. Possibly fine. Anyways, guys, thanks for listening. I'm going to call it at that. And then hopefully next time we can continue on with the other colors. Thanks again, and have a good one. See ya.